All right, welcome to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is our Devotion deck. This is an interesting deck here. It's all about green devotion, but unlike sort of the decks you might have seen like that before, we have a twist with blue mana to play on Burial Rites and Gifts Ungiven, which is a pretty sweet combo in itself. So I'm looking forward to this. Our opponent actually said he's a fan of the series, so that's awesome. I love when people run into me on Magic Online and let me know that they enjoy what I'm doing here. Makes it worth it and all that good stuff. Okay, let's get the Utopia Sprawl down here. This is pretty nice. We're going to have a turn 2 Wood Elves. So that will be a good one. Now I want blue mana, I think, off of this. I'll go ahead and pass a turn here. Turn 2 Wood Elves, turn 3 Gifts Ungiven. I like it. So our opponent playing... Uh-oh. Alright, Thalia. Alright, Death and Taxes. I see you. Well, that certainly makes our... Certainly makes some of our cards worse. Alright, so the really cool thing about Wood Elves is that it actually allows you to get any forest, and then it comes straight into play untapped, which is very, very rare, obviously, in Modern. Now, I'm surprised Wood Elves hasn't played more. It's very good. Okay, so we're going to cast... We already get the blue mana from this, so I think we go ahead and want the Temple Garden here. I would pay the life and put this Utopia Sprawl into play, but we can't do that with Thalia out on the board. Fortunately, we will still have plenty of mana to cast the Gifts Ungiven. Now, it would be unfortunate if we get wrecked by Leon and Arbor or Ghost Quarter here. Fortunately not. Okay. So it's Eldrazi taxes. All right. Flicker Wisp. Flicker our Wood Elves, please. One time, Flicker Wood Elves. One time. Fair enough. Flickered our land, and that blew out our Utopia Sprawl, so that was pretty good against us. Okay, well, we have a few options here. I could just play the Eternal Witness and get it back, but then I can't cast it. I could also just play the second Utopia Sprawl. That might be better. It's kind of a blowout. The Flicker Wisp blowout is real. I think ramping mana here is good. I don't see the Eternal Witness being relevant quite yet. Flicker Wisp, not very fun for us to play against, that's for sure. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and pass the turn here. And hope that we don't get too wrecked on his next turn. I have a plan. It's cast Gifts Ungiven and then get an Elesh Norn into play and watch the game end, but that may be easier said than done. The good news is we do naturally have enough mana to cast it next turn, assuming it's just the Thalia here to tax us. And that's even if we lose the Utopia Sprawl. Not sure what our opponent's up to on this turn anyways. Looks like a Displacer. Yep, okay. Displacer actually not so bad for us. Doesn't have enough mana to really go off with it yet, which means we're going to get to do what we want. What I don't want to do is get Thought Not Seared. Like him to play. Well, I guess he wouldn't have enough to play it and blink it, so that's good. Okay, so we have enough to cast Gifts Ungiven, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to win the game, but I guess we'll find out. We have to take a hit here of hopefully just, gosh, 8, go to 6. Ugh, kind of rough. I mean, good news is playing Elesh Norn, gosh, might not win the game, because if he just has Path. We got really blown out by that Flicker Wisp. Yuck, that's a lot of damage. Okay, down to 6. Let's see what happens. Maybe he just has all nothing. Well, there's the Ghost Quarter. At this point in the game, though, it's not the worst. We're gonna have the mana to do what we want to do. Okay. Well, rip this Utopia Sprawl. All right, let's go ahead and cast Gifts Ungiven. And hopefully this is good enough to win. All right, so we basically just have to get the Elesh Norn and Burial Rites. Could get Thragtusk. We have a couple options. Well, we're going to have one. I'm trying to figure out if there's some sort of value play we could get where we get Burial Rites, Thragtusk, Elesh Norn, Emrakul. I guess the worst case scenario there is we're Burial Rites eating a Thragtusk. I guess the worst case would be Burial Rites eating Emrakul and then dying. So maybe that's no good. It would have to be something else that gains life, which I don't think is worth. So I think we just want the Burial Rites and the Elesh Norn. Okay, yeah. Now, good news is we will have the land to do what we need to do here. It's going to cost us 5, so we will need to fetch once. Could still be dead. He could path our guy, take us down to 2, and then depending on what he has, we could be dead. Oh, he did this in his end step too, I see. So that land won't come back until our end step. Good play, good play. Oh, we don't have white mana. Oh. Oh, that's pretty sick. Wow. Okay. Because there's exactly one Temple Garden in our deck. That's pretty ridiculous. Oh my gosh. What a stupid way to die. So it's going to cost 5, and this is going to cost 2. So I could go 1, 2, put it here, then make 1, 2, 3, 4, and conveniently be 1 short. Oh, this is stupid. Come on, game. Alright, is there any other way to not die? Eternal Witness, get back. Oh my god, what a stupid way to lose a game. Okay. Because the deck is built poorly and only has 1 white source. Okay, that's what you get for just copying lists offline. Oh man. Well then. Well then, well then. Okay, well I think this would be pretty good here. God, that was a silly way to lose a game, man. Whew, that's rough. This might be good. I kind of think just playing creatures with Shroud that are bigger than his things might be pretty good. Thragtusk is pretty decent too. Honestly, our deck's fine against him. He had good stuff there, and this deck, for whatever reason, has just 1 Temple Garden. So, well, it's a little unfortunate. Seems like one of these 4 should maybe either be a basic Plains or another Temple Garden. I mean, I guess it is pretty rare that you don't have white mana. We didn't have a Bird's Paradise, or yeah, that was a confluence of things that had to go wrong, but still, that is still frustrating. Acidic Slime is probably decent here. We do need to cut something though. Emrakul's probably just okay. It's probably not great. That's why Eldrazi and Taxes or Death and Taxes or all of those variants are actually really good decks, because you look at that on paper and you're like, well, there's no way you can stop what you're doing. You're just going to Burial Rites real fast. And it's just this weird thing, right? We just lost to the combination of Thalia and Flicker Wisp and Flickering Flicker Wisp and all this weird stuff. Just in the end, we couldn't cast a basic function of spells to try to win the game. So that's what the deck is for. Okay, so I think we want to cut I'm tempted to just cut the Emrakul. It seems like we could reasonably cast it against him, though. I cut the acidic slime. See how that goes. Hope that there's not a worship that comes in or whatever. That's a good hand. Certainly not going to mulligan this hand. Alright, let's see if we can do a little better this time around. I guess this is better in case we draw Utopia Sprawl. In fact, if we draw Utopia Sprawl, it would be much better. Utopia Sprawl? No, that's not a bad draw, though. It's unfortunate we don't have anything extra to do with the mana here. So we just have to settle for this turn 3 Gifts Ungiven. I think if we just Gifts Ungiven here into something pretty good to reanimate, that'd be quite nice for us. Well, I guess we're on to the value gifts plan, which honestly is fine. That's not that big of a deal. Rest in Peace is fine against us, right? But the thing about Gifts Ungiven is you can just develop, you can just make it so you get 2 good cards off of it. I can just search for our 4 of our reanimation targets, all of which we can cast. And we have plenty of mana production working here. So Rest in Peace is a good card, but not just a slam win the game card. Makes things much more difficult for us. Maybe I should have brought in Terastodon to deal with it. I don't know. The problem is, I mean, the Unbearable Rights is kind of a one-shot anyway, so... Okay, yeah, sure, it's a lot of Rest in Peace. Confer no graveyards this game. Okay, well, he traded his Ghost Quarter for our Fertile Ground. That seems fine. Alright, well, gifts here. Alright, now what do we want from the value plan? Oh, that Emrakul is going to cost a lot of mana, that's for sure. I kind of just want to get, like, Garruk, Sigarda, Kiora, Thragtusk, and then be guaranteed to cast one of those. Is that the best we can do? How much mana do we have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I only want to get if we can cast here. So it would be like Kiora, Garruk, Sigarda. What's been chosen so far? We changed windows on me. Okay, those 3. And what would our 4th be? The thing is, I actually kind of want to not take out the sweet reanimation targets, like the Elesh Norn, basically. I'd really like to keep the Elesh Norn and the Imperial Archangel so we can just naturally draw them and cast them later. And because we can still Primal Command for this stuff. So, I mean, maybe Primal Command's the other card we get. That seems fine. Sure, it's got to give us something good here. Probably gives us, like, Garruk and Primal Command, and Primal Man and Kiora. It's a nice value engine regardless here. Our opponent only has 2 lands. We have a bunch of mana. This will be good. Wasted 2 cards with Rest in Peace. Not really. First one did stuff. Second one's a waste. For what it's worth, Primal Command can also get rid of it. A first Rest in Peace. There'd be very few situations, I think, where that would matter. Okay, you got a billion mana, and you were going to Primal Command Gift somebody overwrites all in the same turn, maybe. Alright, we don't get Sigarda. Yeah, I didn't think you'd give us that one. That one's pretty good. He probably doesn't want to give us Primal Command either, because that means we're going to go get whatever our next best creature is. Sigarda was the one I felt most comfortable kind of sacrificing there. Yeah, I like this. Okay. No, that wasn't a good draw, but... Alright, play Garrick. Don't have enough to Primal Command here, but we can play out the Eternal Witness for that sweet attacker value. It's a... You know what? It's a body. It's a 2-1. It's pretty good when we try to get an Elesh Norn going. And we could get Thought Knotted here. That'd be pretty rough. No, we're not getting Thought Knotted. We're getting Mirror and Cruise. Uh-oh. That's pretty good against us. Harbor Elf. Okay. See, the thing is, now this Nykthos is very good. Is it good enough? So let's figure out. If we play Nykthos, it actually makes this free, right? Activate Nykthos. We're getting much mana. Do I have 12 mana? That's the question. Okay, so I would activate it for get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Then we so we'd have 6, 7, 8. Untap it. 4 more. I think we have exactly 12. But can I do that instead of white mana? Yeah, I think so. All right, I just want to make sure. All right, so we're going to tap it and have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that takes out these 3. Then we untap it, go down to 4, go up to 10, and then have 12. Yeah, and I think I can even play the Arbor Elf in here. Because it should be neutral. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to get there. We should be able to play Elesh Norn this turn. So I can still get white from these two. Okay, we're good. Pretty sick stuff. Actually I had 13, 14 mana. That's pretty good. All right, I would like to put, so target non-creature, put target creature, searcher, yeah, that's what I want. And I'll put this Eldrazi Temple on top of his deck. Okay, yeah, we're good. This game should be in the bag. Game 3, less sure about, but we'll see. Okay, now we go get Elesh Norn out of here. Add white, play Elesh Norn. That kills his Mirror Crusader, pumps our team. Which is good, because Mirror Crusader would be pretty insane against us otherwise. And we get to get in for 7. And we know he's drawing an Eldrazi Temple. So, okay, even if he has Path here, we're still fine. Because then we get to overrun Garrick, Ultimate Garrick, overrun our team, get there. That's pretty funny, actually. All right. I guess I want the Acidic Slime for that. Emrakul just doesn't seem great. Get rid of Emrakul. All right, we do want the Acidic Slime. We know he has Rest in Peace. That's pretty good. I like that. Our opponent slammed Rest in Peace, which is supposed to answer Gifts Ungiven, and then we cast Gifts Ungiven and won off of it anyways. Turns out that's a pretty good Magic card. Yuck, that's a mulligan. Oh gosh, here we go. hand's so good if there was a forest in it. Alright, that's a keeper. Guess we have to keep that too. Not exactly where we want to be here. Mold of 5, opponent keeps 7. Has the vial. Yeah, this isn't good. Well, Thragtusk is a nice magic card to keep us in the game for a while, so that is a thing we have going. Like, just playing that into a fairish board is good. If our opponent just goes off and messes with us, we're going to have trouble here, but... Oh gosh, and he has the Displacer on turn 2. Yeah, this is all pretty bad. I'm just going to hope those other 4 cards in his hand aren't very good. But something tells me they're going to be a Flicker Wisp to blow out this Fertile Ground we just played. If it's not a Flicker Wisp, things get better for us, and we get to play Garruk and make a Beast. Well, I guess the Beast just gets eaten by the Displacer and kills Garruk, but maybe we wouldn't do that. Okay, well, take 3. Let's moment of truth here. See how bad it is for us. Okay, well, made that E-Witness pretty bad. 4 on top 3. Okay, well, I guess I can still... Really was hoping to E-Witness back that fetch land. I think I'm going to have to shock myself here because we're going to need white mana later in the game. So I think the only thing I can do is shock myself here. I guess we have the Fertile Ground if we get to keep it. Now let's hope he doesn't have a good 2 to violin. Things are not looking good for us here, but let's see what we can do. Well, next turn we can play Thragtusk, and that'll be good. Alright, if he doesn't vial anything in, maybe we got a shot. Okay. JK. Never lucky. Oh gosh. One time no Ghost Quarter? Flicker Wisp kills us, Ghost Quarter kills us. Gosh, Inferno Catacombs is bad now. We hadn't seen the Arbiter all 3 games, and there are some versions of the deck that don't play Arbiter. Maybe I could have recognized from the way the land base was built that it wasn't this game, though. I don't know. Okay, well, there's... Alright, let's see how bad it is. Thought not. Smasher. Activate to... Okay, well, Garrick's dead. Garrick's not dead. What's happening? I think Garrick's gonna die. Yep. And if we draw a non-fetch land, we can try to Thragtusk. Alright, we mulled to 5. We were gonna be in trouble here no matter what. The good news is Thragtusk actually matches up very well against Eldrazi Displacer, so at least we have that going for us. He's only had 1 card in hand, now 2. Maybe his cards are nothing. We're at 13. Thragtusk is very good. It makes Displacer not do much. Outside of all the broken stuff Displacer already does, but it at least means that... Okay, I think I take this hit. So we're planning on getting this life back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also going to have 6 mana here. We're operating on the assumption our opponent has nothing. You could have like Mirror Crusader and we're dead regardless. Adding black mana for a Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant's pretty good here. All right, so listen to everybody following along at home. Leonin Arbiter, you have to click the Leonin Arbiter and then search your library. And the way you think it works, because it's kind of how it plays out most of the time in paper, is you crack it and then you're like, oh yeah, yes, I would like to pay 2 mana for Arbiter. But what it actually is it's an ability you have to activate. It's basically an ability that any player can activate on the Arbiter, so you have to click the Arbiter to be able to do it. So the good news is we're going to get an untap here and play Thragtusk. The bad news is our opponent has a Dark Confidant and is going to start pulling ahead. Because we were in the worst spot before that. So he's thinking about Eldrazi displacing our Birds of Paradise and our upkeep here. That's an understandable line. We could also draw... Well, I guess we don't have Sigard anymore. We do have draws, though. Not a ton of great ones, but some okay ones. He's going to go ahead and do that. So he's going to take us off of 1 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that won't matter, fortunately. I kind of just want to draw... Well, that's not good right now, but it's not the worst card overall. Because I do think we're going to need more mana to win this game. Okay, well, the good news for us is we resolved Thragtusk. We have some mana. We actually have some cards that could win the game for us. The bad news is our opponent... Okay. Bad news is our opponent has a Dark Confidant who's going to pull him ahead in the top deck war here. We're putting up a good fight for Mold of 5, though. He's got a Tideholder Scholar. Oh, that's bad for us. Okay. Yeah, we're dead. Tideholder Scholar was a very good draw. He can now control our draw step with Displacer. We can only cast Instants, and we have no Instants to cast. Pretty sure we actually have 0 Instants to cast. Oops. What is this? Okay. I want to look at our deck. I guess we can cast Gifts Ungiven. But we don't have any removal for it. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think that Tideholder Scholar is going to kill us. Oh, he's pathing our Thragtusk. Oh, that's unfortunate. He just had it all, actually. Oh, we can't play the Tideholder Scholar. So we have 1 draw step, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, we have 6 mana. I was going to say we have a draw step to draw Elesh Norn, but we don't. We have 6 mana. Alright, I think we've died. So close. We were very close to having a shot here. If, for whatever some crazy reason, our opponent decides to give us another draw step, we could draw Elesh Norn. Path to Exile. Well, Elesh Norn would still kill most of his board. I will say his draw has been pretty good here in the late game. And there goes that, so we don't have enough mana. All right, we've died. Good game, good game, good game. That was close. We mulled to 5 in game 3, and then he had the rest in peace again, and that's all. Just we didn't have the gifts anyway, so it was just a little unfortunate. Mulligan's Magic Online got the best of us there, but good overall.